All right, this is January transfer window. I am Gav the Bastard. This is Rooney's agent BK. All right, January transfer window. This is the second most amazing things that happened in my life since one of my close friends, whose name I can't reveal, second marriage, who forgot to invite me for it. But he's still with a girl, and they also have a girl or a boy. Okay, I think I'm revealing too much information. People will figure it out. All right, they have already figured it out. They've already texting me. We know who this person is, and even that person is very, very happy that just you took my name. You just take my name. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Everybody knows that. All right, transfer window is about to shut down or has already shut down. Depending when you're watching it, it's going to shut down on Monday, which is 31st, a day after Gandhi was shot dead. Not yesterday. I mean, 74 years ago. And now you're listening to us, listening to our terrible voices and looking at our horrible faces. But that's okay. I mean, we have to look at ourselves all the time. So you can listen to us for like half an hour. It doesn't matter. Let's talk about Rooney. Rooney says he's declined Everton's interview, not the job. And I'm saying the same thing in the public, in the media, social media, that I also declined the Everton interview, except nobody asked me. But for all we know, nobody asked Wayne Rooney also. This is not a question. This is just a statement. I just had to say it. But we were talking about Everton. Frank Lampard has just been announced Everton's new manager. You heard it here first. It's not even official, but you heard it at Blunt Bastards. We always give you the news first. Everything happens here first. Okay, will this, Lal, end in tears like it ended for Rafa Benitez and every other manager pretty much since forever for Everton? Now, I want to say a little bit, Vitor Pereira was actually the front runner until 72 hours ago. And then he was vilified. He was trolled by Everton supporters and everybody, every motherfucker who could actually speak. And he was told that he doesn't have the stature to become Everton manager. I don't know what that means in the first place. Okay, these guys are like fucking relegation battle. Okay, this bloke Vitor Pereira had won leagues in China, Greece, and twice in Portugal. Okay, still people think Lampard is better because Lampard has won 0. Okay, and another ostensibly valid reason which was given by people, was that Lampard is English and he has the EPL experience at Chelsea and all that shit, and Pereira doesn't. Now, this is the dumbest thing I've heard since like the morning, because I keep hearing dumbest thing, most of the stuff coming out of from me. What exactly does the experience has to do with EPL? And Guardiola, he didn't know. He just came in and defeated everybody. Tuchel, Klopp. I mean, over the last 5-6 years, these guys have won everything, and they had never come to EPL. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. The only reason I like him because he's English, and they've tried everybody else, and they're like, let's just bring somebody English, because Vitor Pereira doesn't have the, the name. He doesn't have the, the oomph, or like there's Jose Mourinho or somebody. He's just unknown, but he's a winner. And I think Frank Lampard is not the right choice, but I'm not even sure anybody could have been the right choice. But just don't spend too much time on this Everton. We don't need the stature here, and we'll not spend too much time. I've already spending way too much time. So
I think, I think the reasons for hiring Lampard, probably what you said, his English and experience, may not be the best reasons. I think for now, this is a fan appeasement move, if you ask me, and more than anything else. And they've tried like names like, I mean, who are the last 3 managers? Like Koeman, Ancelotti, and Rafa Benitez. Probably all of them, I don't know about Koeman, I'm not sure, but all of them have won Champions Leagues and whatnot. So suddenly from there to, I understand the hesitation in Vitor Pereira, unknown commodity. I think right now the guy is just trying to save his face and appease and make sure he doesn't get big bats. So Lampard is a safe, quote unquote, safe move. I don't know whether I don't think Everton are ever in the position to get relegated, even if Benitez would have continued to the end of the season. I think there are 3 worse teams than them, so they wouldn't have been relegated anyways. I'm not sure if Lampard is the answer. Maybe in the short term, the club will get lift, they will get some results, blah blah blah. But I don't think long term he's the right guy. And really enough, I think Rooney gave a statement that he officially, his agent was contacted by Everton, and he did such a smart move. I think he's learned the art of being. He said, I was being approached. I said, no. I'm ready for Premier League. I'm 100% confident I can do it, but I have commitment to Derby County. So he's like, he has his fingers in all his fingers in the pie, right? There is nothing
Yeah,
to
a
lose.
club
in
which
this
is probably going to be liquidated any moment.
Yeah.
That's Derby. Yeah, that's pretty. They do a good job. Fair enough. So, very
Yeah.
quick question. Next one. This is a question which we're just putting it for only the SEO reasons. Erling Haaland. So I have to say his name very clearly. So even the YouTube translator can hear. Mbappe. Are both of them going to Real Madrid next season? What's happening? There's a lot of talk now. Mbappe has come out. Sorry, Mbappe has already been speaking. Haaland has also come out and spoken about how much pressure.
I mean, it's likely. I don't know where. I mean, Real Madrid's financial situation is not as bad as Barcelona, but I mean, for all you know, they can, because Benzema is coming at his end in terms of his career. Probably he can squeeze out one more year. I mean, going by the way he's playing, probably two. But it is likely. Think from Haaland's point of view, right? He's 21, 22. Wherever
21.
he goes, he'll sign a 5-year contract. Then he'll become 26, and then he'll get another mega move after that. So he has 2 massive moves left in his career. And if he exhausts his Premier League right now, I don't know whether he'll get the same money after that in any other league. So logically speaking, I think he can go to like La Liga or somewhere else, and chances are Real Madrid. Play there, score like thousands of goals, in La Liga, and then make another big ass move to the Premier League, and next 10 years of his life, are set. So if you ask me, I think it's completely possible. You can't rule it out that he'll go to Real Madrid. And if he does, oh my God, then it'll be like mouth-watering front three of Mbappe, Benzema, and Haaland.
Yeah, I'll say the most cliche thing that everybody says when Real Madrid comes calling, it's almost impossible to say no. Well, that's true. And now let's talk about this other guy who's been compared directly to Haaland. Dušan Vlahović is just confirmed now. He's been transferred. He's taken a transfer to Juventus for 80 million euros. Another slap on Arsenal's face, because they were actually vying for this guy. I don't know what they were thinking. Why would he go there? I have no idea. But there been a lot of comparison between, as I said, Vlahović and Haaland physically and how they attack and everything. But my question is, will the pressure be too much for to be the next big thing to make Juventus win Champions League and also Serie A right now, because they have just completely gone off the boil? Will it be too hot to handle for Vlahović?
I think he's made the right decision. Whoever, whether it's himself or his agent or his family, he is going to the same league where he's made his name. If he had jumped like at 21 years of his age, of age to the Premier League, I would have had the same questions. Like, is it too much to handle for him? He did great things in Italy for a season and a half. Great. But, it's a big step up. Good thing is he's going to a better team in the same league. So logically, I think there is no way that I can say that, he'll not continue to perform at the same level. It's like Kane going to City, right? It was a no-brainer. He'll probably get more chances and hence probably score more goals. It's similar. So I don't think he will whittle under the pressure, so to speak. I think he'll continue to prosper, and he's made the right choice of staying in the same league, playing for a better team to play in the Champions League, gain more experience at the highest level, and then who knows, 3-4 years down the line, all other moves are still open. He's also 21, 22, so age is on his side.
All right. So, okay, quickly just to tell people that he's also Serbian, and I'm just thinking that if he's also in the Djokovic camp of no wax, I think he's all right. I mean, that's probably why he's not moving. Also, let's tell people the live score right now. I don't know if you're following. Rafael Nadal playing Medvedev in the final to become the first person to win 21 Grand Slams. He lost the first 2 sets against Medvedev, and I had already predicted Medvedev will come. That's the thing with Medvedev. He just comes out very strong, and he just like rips you apart in 3 sets. But Rafael Nadal actually won the next 2 sets, and the final set is locked as 2-2. And before this podcast finishes, we will actually have the results. So let's, on that note, move on to the next question. Who will be United's permanent manager next season? There are a lot of amazing characters out there. Rafa Benitez, Nuno Espirito Santo, Claudio Ranieri, or Conte, or will it be Roy Hodgson, who has just celebrated his 147th birthday?
Yeah, oh my God, I hope it's none of the names that you mentioned. If you ask, I think logically speaking, because Pochettino is approved, quote unquote approved by everyone at United 2 years ago, So it's a no-brainer that, like, I'm assuming nothing has changed in Pochettino's CV unless he screws up like PSG so badly that he will continue to remain, a number in the top 3 choices that United will have. Ten Hag, I've been hearing good things about him and how his Ajax team have been playing, and he's quote unquote moldable because he's not a big name. He can play with Ranić, as his boss or whatever technical director, whatever role United offer him. So to me, like, these 2 guys would be the front runners, and anything else would be like a surprise for me.
All right, fair enough. But again, I'm going to stick to the point. You've always known my reservations about. It's exactly the same as Sancho. From the very beginning, I've not changed my stance. Same with Pochettino, has not won anything. And I still don't know. I still want Conte is still the favorite. I'm really hoping some shit happens at Tottenham and he comes in here. Finally, these fucking Glazers and whosoever they stop talking shit and just take Conte. I just want Conte. If
Here's
Conte
a left field. Here's the
Hmm.
left field view. Do you think Rooney was looking at the big picture and he might think, United job is opening, might as well wait till the summer and apply for United's job?
Okay, to be very fair to Rooney, I mean, what he's doing with Derby is kind of fucking amazing. But have you heard this guy speak?
Yes, I have.
Man, this guy just doesn't have any. I don't know what's with his IQ. I don't know what he talks like. He talks like he's a fucking manager in the 80s or something. Not just his accent. I mean, he just, even the way he talks,
he looks like a manager in the 80s as well.
Yeah, and he's 36. He's younger than fucking 35 or something. Younger than Ronaldo or something. Ronaldo is about to turn like 37, right, this month. I mean, he hasn't started yet. Let's move on. I just want to have some couple more questions. Let's talk about our favorite, Donny van der Beek. Is he going to Crystal Palace? Looks like he's going to Crystal Palace. And why it will happen, I have news. Or let me talk like Sky Sports. I've been told Van der Beek's partner,
very high sources.
I've been told, they have told me, as Carvey says, as Dharmesh said, Van der Beek's partner Estelle is the daughter of Arsenal great Dennis Bergkamp, who remains close to his former Arsenal teammate. I'm talking like them as well. And Palace manager Patrick Vieira. Why it will work, the move? Because Palace plays exactly like Donny van der Beek likes. Because I listened to the whole fucking podcast and all the way they were talking about it. I don't remember because I don't know the whole tactics, but you would be a lot more privy to it. But as I understand that their playing style actually fits his playing style as well, and he will play. So he's definitely on, and he really wants to play.
At this point, I don't care what the playing style is. Let that guy play. Like, forget the playing style. I don't care if he joins Burnley on a loan and plays in that Burnley team, which is completely like not his style, as long as he gets minutes. I mean, I feel sorry for the guy. 18 months, like he'll turn 24 or something, like prime years of his life. Like, he's just wasted on the bench. And to me, what United is doing is like screwing like either both of them, Jesse Lingard and Donny van der Beek, or screwing one of them. I don't think they will let both of them go on loan, because what if tomorrow like Fernandes gets injured, right? Or one of Fred or McTominay gets injured. I don't think they will let go both of them on loan, especially since they've let go like Ahmad and Martial. So I think they will keep one of the two, and I hope that they will let go at least one of the two, if not both. Ideally, I want both of them to go and play. But if not, then at least I wish Donny goes and plays some minutes. And
all right, let's talk about. Go on.
It should fit his style. You're right. Crystal Palace, the way Vieira sets up his team with Zaha around him, I think should do well. But let's see. Fingers crossed. I hope he goes first in the first place.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely end up going, and I totally agree. This guy needs to play. Let's talk about somebody who cannot show up on time from different countries as well. His name is, let me say his full name, Pierre-Emerick Emiliano François Aubameyang, ONM, is going to Barcelona now. He's an outcast as fucking this place, and like at Arsenal, he's going to Barcelona or Juventus on loan. Or he's going to also end up at Saudi Arabian club where he doesn't want to go, but Arsenal really wants him to go there because Al Nassr wants to pay the entire fucking full wages as well for this guy. And his wages are £350,000 a week. Like, I've not earned that money in my life. I'll not earn that money in my entire life. That's his wages. He just sits and does nothing.
See, to me,
and people are like, it's so harsh to get paid 350,000 and not letting this guy play.
Yeah, it's
Poor
just
guy's mom was
insane,
unwell.
right? Yeah, astronomical salaries. Anyways, the point is, I don't think he will either Barcelona or Juventus moves will happen because Barcelona now have Ferran Torres, Juventus now have Vlahović. They don't really need another striker like who will play a few games here and there and pay bloody 350,000 pounds a week to that guy. So my money is that he'll stay in Arsenal for the next 6 months, take his big fat salary, drive around his great car, and he can travel around because he'll not be in the squad. It'll be like Mesut Ozil's situation all over again, where he'll just sit it out and like take his salary.
Well, it's crazy. It's crazy. Another slap. Let's talk about Arsenal again. Another slap on Arsenal's face because they've been chasing. They were chasing Adama Traoré for 24 days, but within 24 hours, Barcelona actually scooped this guy, and now Adama Traoré is in Barcelona. What do you think about this one?
Actually,
And
yeah,
will
I
work.
think Spurs were after them and they were almost very, very close. And Barcelona then swooped in at the last minute to sign this guy. He
Was it? I thought that was Luis, that guy, which Liverpool
no
swooped
both.
in and got.
So actually,
Both,
Tottenham
okay.
has
But
been the
Arsenal
joke
was
of
also
this
in
transfer.
for Adama Traoré.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were scouting him, but Tottenham were almost there. Like they had almost done the deal. But then Barcelona came in and this guy said, okay, like I would rather play for Barcelona because he came from the Barcelona academy. And he's a Barcelona fan, like
Yeah,
childhood
he's Spanish,
fan and all
right?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why I thought he's English.
he of course chose Barcelona at this over Spurs, and it was, I guess, a smart move. I mean, it's just a loan with not obligation to buy. Although there is a clause that they can buy him at the end of the season, but it's not like a obligation. So I guess it's a smart move. I'm just trying to figure out where is Barcelona getting all this money from.
Trust me, they have no money. They just keep signing
Next
people.
year they will
That's how they work.
next year they will have to sell PK and Busquets because they'll not have money for those two guys.
I have no idea. These guys will sell their fucking jewelry also. Now I want to talk about briefly of this amazing sequence of events which I've seen unfold this season. Now this is like we talk about this, this merry-go-round and everything, but it all started with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer beating Tottenham 3-0, which got Nuno Espirito Santos a sack. Okay. Then after that, Watford 17th manager at that time, Claudio Ranieri beats United 4-1, which gets Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the sack. Okay. Then Norwich manager comes in, who was already recently sacked by Aston Villa. He beats Dean Smith, I'm talking about. He beats Everton 2-1. Then Rafa Benitez gets sacked. Then the Norwich comes out, his same team. Then they beat Watford 3-0. And then Claudio Ranieri gets a sack. And it's like it's this kamikaze move. And then Watford get their 18th manager this year, Roy Hodgson, who was apparently born in 1881, exactly the same year Everton was founded. I mean, you can't even make this shit up. That's just amazing. This is just bizarre.
It's just insane. I mean, you know what? I just think that if any club, like, these guys are always in the standby. Roy Hodgson, Big Sam. I think there are these 2-3 guys are always around
Big Sam
the
is not
corner.
happy. Hodgson's taking his job. He's like, oh, hey, there should be some retirement age. Put a retirement age.
What the fuck? And I'm the relegation specialist. Who the hell? Like,
yeah, I'm young at
this
67, 68 years old. Yeah, very young guy. He's like, I'm the specialist. What is this guy coming in? Roy Hodgson like, yeah, I'll come in. Don't worry. I'll take care of these things.
I hope he does well and can save Watford. I don't know why he's it's such a big task and like not being ageist. It's just too much. I mean, for any manager, forget Roy Hodgson at this point. It's interesting. Let's see how it pans out. I unfortunately I can't like say one way or the other whether it'll save Watford or not. But it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Don't worry, Rafa Benitez is still there. Will be the 19th manager for Watford this season. Let's talk about Porto winger. I mean, this guy's hot property, Luis Diaz. He's just moved to Liverpool and not Tottenham. Another slap on the face for the Spurs. Liverpool have agreed a fee. Overall total is £37.4 million plus another 12.5 million. So it's around 50 million pounds, including the add-ons, to land Diaz, who has scored apparently 16 goals in all competition for Porto since the beginning of the campaign. What do you think about this one?
Great signing by Liverpool. I think they are trying to hedge their bets that if Mane does not sign the contract, like Salah's contract has been stalled since the last few months, this is a great backup for Mane. So I don't think this guy breaks into Liverpool's best 11 at this point, but probably a year down the line, he may be the replacement for Mane. So I think it's a very shrewd signing. And this is like Liverpool does it, right? Except for Van Dijk, they don't bloody spend money. Like Salah, they bought for 37 million. Mane, they bought for 36 million. They just like, I really like their recruitment, especially in the last probably 6 to 8 years. They've been really astute in their signings. I mean, they sold Suarez, Coutinho like for astronomical salaries, but they signed them for like, poultry amounts. And I just like the way Liverpool recruits nowadays.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, nobody extorts money out of them. They extort money out of other people.
Yeah.
Continuously. It's been amazing. I mean, the amount of people they bought just for Coutinho, who did not do nothing for Barcelona or anybody for that matter. He's back like playing. Who does he play for now? In Steven Gerrard's team, right? Aston Villa, right?
Yeah,
so
Villa.
let's talk about, like, when we talk about all these amazing moves. Let's talk about River Plate, Argentinian club striker Julian Alvarez he's from Argentina. He's moved to Manchester City, and total amount is 22.5 million pounds, including the add-ons on a 5-year deal. This guy scored apparently 22 goals in 45 appearances for his Argentinian club. But that's Argentina. What do you think about this one?
It reminds me of Jesus, right? He came from Brazil, unknown, very young guy. Apparently was going to be the next big thing. Jesus has not lived up to his potential. He's still a decent player, don't get me wrong. But I think it's in that mold, South American guy, next big thing. So I guess I think he's like a backup for the big striker they will sign this summer. Maybe they'll go for Haaland, maybe they'll go for someone else. But it's a great price.
15 million pounds without the add-ons. It's just like nothing.
And City score goals for fun, right? They technically don't need a striker.
Yeah. He'll just fit in. I mean, he can just do the job. I mean, once you're in such a big team, you just kind of just become a better player. It just happens, right? Let's talk about somebody whom we talk about all the time, who simply refuses to leave United. His name is Jesse Lingard. His proposed move to Newcastle is all but broken down. My goodness. Even Newcastle said that we'll increase your salary by like a massive amount. I don't know what the massive, I could not find on Google, but he's getting paid apparently £100,000 a week for doing nothing, and they want to increase his salary, but he's still not saying yes. Can this guy get out from here? Or he's just going to United drive his Ferrari for the next 6 months?
Yeah, I'm really miffed at United. I think they are just being greedy. Newcastle agreed that we'll pay his salary plus give you like £2 million as like some loan, like signing fee or something. United said
10 million.
On top of this, if Newcastle stay in the Premier League, if Lingard helps them, they want another 8 million because like staying in the Premier League itself is worth like 70-80 million pounds.
Correct.
Versus dropping to so United said we want a slice of that. I mean, that's just being greedy. And forget about money for a moment. It's just they're just screwing up. Like in the summer, they will get £0 pounds for Jesse Lingard. Like, why can't they? Like, first of all, his half-yearly wages, if you assume £100,000 a week, that's like £4 million. On top of that, they'll get 2 or 3 more. So £7 million versus 0. I mean, I don't know who's making these decisions. I thought at least United were good at making financial decisions, if not footballing decisions. But it's just crazy. I hope sense prevails tomorrow, and we see that he's making a deadline day, move to Newcastle.
Yeah, I blame Jesse Lingard also. He's just not understanding he is not meant for United. I mean,
that's true.
It doesn't matter. Like, okay, but let's talk about a fairy tale return. This is Christian Eriksen. He's moved to Brentford on loan or whatever. I don't know, whatever is the contract it is, because his contract with Inter Milan is anyway gone. This is the guy who was dead for 5 minutes, literally, okay, in the Euro. Now he's back to top flight football, and this is nothing short of a miracle. I mean, it's not really a question, but what do you think about this one?
It's a great story. I mean, I would love to follow Brentford now. I mean, they were entertaining. I love watching them, but this adds another dimension. Yeah, this adds another dimension. I just hope, as a human story, as a neutral, I would love for Eriksen to work out there. And then, I mean, I don't know whether he'll be back at his previous best or he'll be 80%, whatever percent he is. I just hope, it works out for him. And I mean, it's a great story. I mean, I think they've signed him because he was out of contract. So I don't know how long, like whether it's just till the end of the season or probably beyond that. I don't know. But it's going to be emotional, like watching him on the field again. I can't wait to see him again.
Oh yeah, wonderful. Now that also just to level the universe, after talking about a fairy tale story, let's talk about a nightmare story for the last 7 years. That is Anthony Martial, and I just want to give a little bit of history. You already know it, but let somebody, if even Bikram, our director, and other people listening don't know it, Martial joined United 7 years ago in 2015. He was 19 years old. He was a teenager. The initial fee pays was £36 million. For a literally rank outside, he had scored like fucking 8 goals or something for fucking Monaco, okay? And eventually his fee was risen to £57.6 million, which is like, I don't know, more than 75 million fucking dollars, making him the most expensive teenager in football history at that time, right? Now, great things are expected of this guy, which now like make me laugh and almost choke to death, okay? The first thing, he was labeled as the next Thierry Henry. Okay, I don't know if Bikram has actually watched Thierry Henry, but I've watched Thierry Henry. That's when I started watching football in early 2000s. Thierry Henry is the real deal. Literally, he made a big blunder of actually leaving Arsenal in his prime. He would have been like the greatest ever in the history. The guy was just magic, like literally magic, okay? For like forever, 8 years he was playing for Arsenal. He was just magic. And the second thing which makes me just laugh, an extra 10 million euro was supposed to be given to Monaco, his previous club, by Manchester United if Martial wins the Ballon d'Or. I mean, who on earth was thinking that he's going to win Ballon fucking d'Or, mate? What the fuck? All he won was that he just got shown the door. He should have been shown the door fucking in the first year itself. Like, what the fuck? 10 million euros? And these guys actually were not even joking. They thought this can happen.
Yeah, this guy has probably got two good seasons out of the last 7 years. 2 good seasons. One where he scored like 23 goals, I think 2019. And one season, I think, was his second season or something like that. But he's like, I don't know what to say. He's just on-off guy. He's never shown consistency. He will have 2 matches where you will see, wow, like he's really the deal. He's like Thierry Henry. He has some finishing when he cuts from the left and he looks like Henry. But he's not nowhere close to the consistency that Henry showed, right? You can see his body language. He's lethargic. It never gave me enough confidence. I'm happy that he's gone, and I hope he does well for Sevilla and someone pays our money back at the end of the year. That okay, we will pay 50 million for him. Like, please take him off our hands. I would be very.
I hope
happy.
Manchester United also said, if Sevilla wins the league, give us another 10 million euros because of him. I was like, yeah, right. Because Anthony Martial scored 10 goals. He'd be like, he scored one goal also. That got disallowed by VAR also. Now that we are already on a trajectory of nightmares, let's finish this podcast with Ousmane Dembélé apparently coming to Manchester United, who are actually offering, at least the grapevine says, £480,000 a week.
Last year, United were close to signing him on a loan in January. I don't think this year they're looking for this kind of signing. They don't need like more attacking like wingers or players who play wide. I mean, they have like more than enough players. They have to loan or ship out players now. So I don't think United will do anything to sign. Last year he was very close. But I mean, it's sad what is happening to him. He's a talented player. Unfortunately, his career has been marred by injuries, especially since he moved to Barcelona, and now they want to freeze him out. I hope something works out for him, whether it's at Barcelona or somewhere else. But this guy needs to play, and I don't think United move is going to happen for sure. I hope United signs someone like in the midfield, but I don't think this guy. Anyone in the Premier, I don't think he's coming to the Premier League, at least in this window.
All right, at the end of this podcast, I'll ask you who will end up winning the Australian Open, because I'll just give you the real scores also just in a minute, because this probably game is going to actually be the clincher. But just before that, we learned nothing from this podcast except that Manchester United is still not going to win anything, because everybody's looking good. City is looking good. Even Arsenal getting slapped also, but it's still looking good. They've been doing well. Tottenham, they will end up finding somebody, but we don't even have a manager. Even the manager, the best bet is Pochettino, who's also never won anything. I mean, people have been, just to be very honest, very kind to him. I mean, let's be very fair. I mean, he's the one who could not even let fucking PSG win the league there, which is a farmers league, which PSG should be just rolling through. And it was when he was the host and they didn't fucking win. And Tuchel is the one they used to talk shit about, who actually won the league and took them to the grand final as well. And they used to talk shit till he won all these things for Chelsea. This is what fucking all the pundits used to say. So I think people need to be much more harsh. And if he can win, he can win. I'm not saying he cannot win, but people imagining that Pochettino will come and will become the greatest side. Well, that's a lot of wishful thinking. That's a lot of imagination. Right now, Nadal is now a breakup. He's 2 sets all, 4-2. Medvedev is serving. Will you back Nadal now that he's one breakup and will become the first person to win?
Medvedev doesn't have the mental temperament now. He's screwed. The moment Nadal won the 3rd set, done. He's done it like hundreds of times, right? He knows how to come back and how to win slams and big tournaments and finals. And he just has more experience at this. It's at the end of the day, now it's not about even the skill. It's just he'll be toying with Medvedev.
All right, I'm just going to still back Medvedev a little bit because obviously he's already out. Once you break up in the final set, it almost becomes impossible for you to win. But things happen. What can we do? Things happen. I mean, this kind of things happen. Because same thing people used to say for Serena Williams till she ended up losing her 5 finals because she simply could not win her 24th Grand Slam and just for over 3 years. And that happened. So anything is possible. So let's end this podcast on Rafael Nadal with the tennis ball, which is also a cricket ball in India. Let's see if Rafael Nadal can actually become the first player to win 21 Grand Slam titles. And Djokovic will be fuming, but he will be back at French Open with whatever medicine or whatever shit. He will be back. We can guarantee you this thing. And Manchester United will still not win nothing. And let's see if Manchester City can actually, let's see all this transfer. We'll talk about finalize also. I will do another podcast after this. Thank you for your time, Rooney's agent, and advising him not to take the Everton job at all or even give the interview because he's such a great manager at Derby, which is going to be liquidated just before this podcast is finished. But that's what Rooney is, the smartest guy ever known since Rohit Sharma's triple chins. All right, I'm Gav the Bastard. Thank you for listening, and we'll be doing another podcast that will be on cricket, IPL, and the retentions and everything about cricket. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Bye.